Students, good afternoon. I am Dipali Devi, your geography teacher. Today I am going to discuss about the chapter industry. Already we have discussed up to classification of industries. Industries can be classified on the basis of raw materials, size and ownership. The raw materials, about raw materials we discussed that raw materials, based on the raw materials, the industry is classified into another four groups: agro-based industries, mineral-based industries, marine-based industries, and forest-based industries. Next type of industries are based on the size. It refers to the amount of capital invested, number of people employed, and volume of production. And based on size, industries can be classified into small scale and large scale industries. According to size, industries can be divided into two. One is the small scale industry, another is the large scale industry. And these industries, basically these are related with the capital invested, how much capital invested, the number of employed doing in industries, that means the worker, the volume of production, that means the level of production, the how much produced by these industries, like that. So these are basically based on small scale and large scale industries. Cottage or household industries are a type of small scale industry where the products are manufactured by hand by the artisans. Basket weaving by hand, basket weaving, pottery, and other handicrafts are examples of cottage industry. The industries, already you know about that. These are the small scale industry which are made where that some things are made, and these are basically used in our household works. The goods, the materials that it is prepared for the standard of the household or the domestic purposes. So the basket weaving, basket making, the pottery, that means the from the soil, and some handicrafts, the making with some jute, like the bamboos, like that. And these are the things made in these industries. Small scale industries use lesser amount of capital and technology as compared to large scale industries that produce large volume of products. In so small scale industries, the employers, the industrialists, they used the small amount of capital without using the higher technology, and they can produce the maximum number of products. The investment of capital is higher and the technology used in superior in large scale industries. In case of large scale industries, the high amount of capital using the high technology, the modern technology used to produce this type of things, and the production is more in the small scale industries. Silk weaving and food processing industries are small scale industries. Production of automobiles and heavy machinery are large scale industries. Then if we asked that give some examples of small scale industry, then you can give the examples of the silk weaving and the food processing industries are the small scale industry, and some other examples also there, like that the basket weaving, pottery, the handicrafts are also the example of the cottage industry or example of the small scale industry. In case of the large scale industry, the example, the automobiles and the heavy machineries are the examples of large scale industry. From the side of the ownership, industries can be classified into private sector, that means the state owned or the public sector, joint sector and cooperative sector. Mainly the industries can be classified into private, public, joint or cooperative sector. In private sector, industries are owned and operated by individuals or a group of individuals. Then this sector operated by the every personnel or the individuals and some group of people. That group of individuals are engaged in these industries. So it is known as the private sector. The public sector industries are owned and operated by the government, such as Hindustan Aeronautics Limited and Steel Authority of India Limited. Joint sector industries are owned and operated by the state and individuals or a group of individuals. That means the individuals or the every person, some group of persons, some group of individuals or the state government together doing this type of industries are engaged in these industries. The state government, you see, the state individuals or a group of individuals. Maruti Udyog Limited is an example of joint sector industry. Maruti Udyog Limited is an example of joint sector industry because it is operated by state. It is operated by state along with the group of individuals. Cooperative sector industries are owned and operated by the producers or suppliers. The both are related in this type of industries. The cooperative means the both are the producers and suppliers are related to each other and join join together to do this industry. You see, the producers or suppliers of raw materials, workers or both, the every person, every individuals, they are the all are owned and operated in this type of industries like the cooperative sector industries. Anand Milk Union Limited and Sudha Dairy are a success stories of a cooperative venture. After that, to set up an industry, there are some factors which are most important which needed to set up an industry. Some factors are needed. So the important factors are the factors affecting the location of industries are the availability of raw material, land, water, labor, power, capital, transport and market. These are the things that most essential to locate an industry. So the raw material, power, land, transport, labor, capital, market. So first time, land is the most essential thing to set up an industry. After that, the power. After that, the capital. Then the power. Power is needed to run this industry, run this factory, the instruments, the machines. The labor also to do these things. Labor is needed. The raw material is the essential thing. Raw material, without raw material they are not able to produce the things like that. These are the things that raw material, power, land, transport, labor, capital, market, all these things are most important to locate an industry. The factors affecting the location of industries are the availability of raw material, land, water, labor, power, capital, transport, and market. Industries are situated where some or all of these factors are easily available. Sometimes the government provides incentives like subsidized power, lower transport cost, and other infrastructure so that industries may be located in backward areas. In case of the mainly the backward areas, they are poor. So to set up industries in that areas, the government has to take some steps that subsidized power. The government can provide the subsidized power, lower transport cost, and some other infrastructure with a minimum cost. That means the low cost. So the backward people in backward areas industries to locate an industry is possible. Industrialization Industrialization often leads to development and growth of towns and cities. So without that the industries can develop the growth of the town and the cities because of what the town and cities they can get the things easily from the nearby industries, and the industries can supply nearby market in towns and cities like that. After that, industrial systems consist of inputs, process, and outputs. The most important thing is that the input is the main thing, that means the raw materials. Without the raw materials industry is impossible. So after that the processing, without processing we cannot create the new things. And outputs, the finishing products is known as the outputs. The inputs are the raw materials, labor and cost of land, transport, power, and other infrastructure. The process include a wide range of activities that convert the raw material into finished products. The outputs are the end product and the income earned from it. In case of the textile industry, the inputs may be cotton, human labor, factory, and transport cost. The processes include ginning, spinning, weaving, dyeing, and printing. The output is the shirt you wear. So we are using our dresses. We are buying from the market. To get these dresses, first time we need the raw materials. After the raw materials, when it is given to the machine for the processing, and the outcome is the next step. That means to reach the market, when the product things fit to send to the market, then we can use. So these are the things that the systems are in three types. Three systems are there: input, process, and output. After that, industrial regions. The students, this much for today. We will discuss about industrial regions in our next class. And this much for today. Thank you.